Good evening. We present the news summary. The African Union has donated 200,000 US dollars to the government in support of the nation's disaster recovery efforts following the events of December 6th and 7th last year. The money will go towards the 7th December Disaster Fund. It was an African Union delegation which made the donation in solidarity with Seychelles.
It was the ambassador of Eswatini and chairperson of the Permanent Representative Council Subcommittee on Refugees, Returnees, Internally Displaced Persons and Migration in Africa, Malaba Ali Mamba, who presented the check to local government and community affairs minister Rosemary Wawo. Ambassador Mamba is leading a humanitarian assessment mission here in response to the last December disaster.
Our mission here today is to show solidarity and with the little amount of money that the African Union member states have donated so that you could, as you go on, it's a big task indeed, but we believe the amount that we have given does not in any way going to meet your needs, your humanitarian needs, but in a way it is to show that we are with you. And we are here to also see how much damage was caused by that disaster, how much needs do you have? Where can we assist as far as our ability could go?
Minister Wawo says the donation has come at the right time since the amount of money in the disaster fund is decreasing. The African Union delegation will continue the mission here until the day after tomorrow.
Representatives of various media organizations visited the site on Assumption where the new six-star hotel is expected to be built. They were accompanied by the CEO of IDC, the chairperson of the board of the Planning Authority, and the CEO of the Island Conservation Society, the NGO that did the EIA for the project. Construction of the hotel is expected to start next month, apart from the airstrip, which has been extended and now measures 2 kilometers. The construction has started on the island. The CEO of IDC, Glenys Avi, says that the hotel will now consist of 37 villas, a reduction from 40 villas originally planned, and all construction is expected to be completed in 2026.
There's about 37 villas meaning rooms, that is planned to be built, and after some feedback from other stakeholders, we brought it down to 37. There is a limit to how low you can go in terms of the number of rooms before it becomes economically unviable. Even at 37, I think it will be a big challenge to make the project work financially and economically. The rates will have to be higher, the returns will have to be higher per room, and the market for that sort of demand is not big.
The campaign Clean Up Seychelles is set for the coming weekend. It's a campaign targeting households. Clean Up Seychelles is linked to the ongoing Clean Up the World campaign. The Deputy Chief Executive of the Land Waste Management Agency, Raoul Mangrou, is asking all households to participate in the Clean Up Seychelles campaign to remove all bulky waste and to dispose them on the landfill. Disposal of waste that have been separated will be free of charge. The expansion of Port Victoria and the new port for cruise ships were the highlights of discussions at the opening of this year's Maritime Week. 180 delegates from 29 different member countries of the Southeast African Port Management Association, MASA, and the Indian Ocean Ports Association, APOI, were present at the opening ceremony.
When addressing those present at the opening ceremony, the Minister for Transport, Anthony Dejac, said that they've explored and discussed challenges as well as innovative plans for maritime development. Minister Dejac also spoke about the successes of the Port of Victoria whilst announcing a project to rehabilitate and expand it. He said the project will transform the Port of Victoria to a higher level.
This ambitious initiative will transform our port into a modern, world-class facility capable of handling increased cargo volumes, larger vessels, and more sophisticated maritime services. Once completed, this project will solidify Port Victoria's role as a key transshipment and trade hub in the region. None of these achievements would have been possible without our strong partnerships. Today, we acknowledge the role of international and regional collaborators in making Seychelles a pivotal player in the maritime trade. Our cooperation with key stakeholders, including port operators, shipping lines, and regional governments, continue to fuel our growth as a maritime nation.
The Maritime Week ends on Friday.
And the National Assembly has unanimously approved a motion that asks the government to make Seychelles Sign Language an official language. The motion was tabled by the MNA for the Glacis District, Regina Esparon. Mrs. Esparon pointed out that the motion comes at a time when the world is celebrating Deaf Week. The members of the National Assembly then debated on the motion, and all the members voted in favor of the motion. And this was the news summary. More news at 8 p.m.